Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel, Pawn to Master. Today we're gonna play another game, 1510, continue the road to 2000 ELO. I had a little break, I had a lot of school stuff and had to take care of that, some exams and such. But we're gonna play a nice little game today and hopefully it all goes good. Not a daily series this series, but I will try to keep pretty consistent with the uploads. So we're gonna continue with the London system here, and we get D6, which and D6, which I'm not sure what's named at all, if it even has a name. Because it's not a hippo. Maybe it's some sort of Karukan, maybe, if he pushes D5. If he plays G6, maybe it's some kind of Indian setup. It seems like a waste to move both of these pawns once. So, the London system, the good thing about it is that you usually have a general idea of where you want your pieces. So even though your opponent plays something you're not familiar with, you still know where you want your pieces. So as long as he, like, even though, like, I don't think this is good, so I'll still place my pieces where I usually place them, I think. And maybe we can take advantage of that in the middle game somewhere, where he will probably need to push them again and waste the tempo. At the moment he's threatening the B2 pawn. I'm thinking if there is any way for us to take advantage. If the knight was here, I think there is a trick where I can sacrifice the pawn and win the queen. But here I don't see it, because if it takes, so we move here, we can go to A3. And also playing queen C1 defends the pawn, but it seems like you don't want to use a queen to defend pawns, right? So probably we'll sacrifice this pawn to gain some development here. I really want my knight here, but after it takes here, the knight is hanging, so I don't think that's the right idea. So I think I will play it in here. And he can have that pawn. That's quite alright, sir. You can have that pawn. So another way of looking at it is that, yeah, he gets a pawn, but he has moved two of his pawns one square forward. Doesn't really claim the center. It protects some squares in the center, but it doesn't actively, like, so you see he wasted a move. He could have played d5 straight away. Also moving his queen like this, he gains a pawn, but he has to move the queen away again as well, so he will lose a lot of tempo. So as long as you play sensible moves, you activate your pieces, you get castle, do all the fundamental things, you should be quite alright, I think. You will have a very big lead in development. If I play my knight here, for example, right now, I will have 4 pieces out. He will have his knight and the queen out, right? So he doesn't take the pawn straight away, and I still don't think I want to defend it. After knight here, and he goes bishop here. Thinking if I just perhaps want a castle, because 3 doesn't really work because after it takes here, then this pawn will be loose, right? So I don't probably have to. No, I can't play queen there. Yeah, and I don't have any good follow-ups there, so rook b1, probably a move that could be played if I care for that pawn. But like, okay, I'm gonna play here. That's how I want to develop my pieces and get castle. Then if he moves his bishop and then take this pawn, maybe I can get the rook into the 7th rank, which is much more active there. So I don't really mind that. Okay, so I think I just want a castle. Do you want to throw in h3 so he can't get the bishop? Maybe we do want to toss that one in. And now his bishop is not on a very active square, and it's more passive behind his own white pawns there. So now actually maybe I can consider some moves like c4 to try and like use my pieces more actively, since my pieces are placed better. And that also fixes these pawns maybe. If it takes in here, then do we have any tricks? Not that I can see at the moment. But still, I think going here is decent enough. So it does take that pawn. We literally don't care. Isn't that what Hikaru says? So I think we'll just castle here. If I don't see any fantastic, beautiful move straight away. Which I don't. No real point getting knight in here. We can kick it away or trade it off, so. Does he want this move though? Should I play c4? If I do play c4, if he takes, then I take here. He has some checks. Maybe I should just castle first. Didn't really calculate much here, but his queen is all alone there, so I don't think he can do too much damage. Now he just went back, like wasted a move. So now I think I will play c4, because if he does take, then I will get a tempo. If he doesn't take, I could consider closing down a bit more on the queen side, but usually you don't want to do that. You want to keep the pressure on the center here. And his bishop and knight here is not very well placed. So I'm thinking, do I want to place my knight into the center here? Which looks pretty decent. Also some ideas about bringing the queen a bit more into the game. Which looks good. I wish I could get my rook in, but after playing h3, you can't get to that square. So also queen to c2 looks all right. So KG Wadi, where is he from? South Africa. Okay, so I think moving my queen probably is a good idea to connect the rooks and finish my development. but I'm not too sure. It doesn't really do that much there, I think. There isn't a Greek sacrifice as of yet, but maybe there will be some ideas of that in the future. So I think I will play to e2. E2. Or do I want to play my knight in? I'm not too sure which one I want to do first. Because if I go queen e2, and if he then goes knight d7, that is... yeah, okay, let's move the queen first. It's not too bad. Probably will just castle, so... And this also could be looked at as a waste of tempo if I'm going to move the queen straight away to one of these squares, but I'm not too sure if I want to do that because I don't see any direct attacking ideas, so maybe I do. Maybe queen here and bishop here is an idea. So castle, knight here, probably has to move the rook somewhere. Okay, so it just develops its knight. He can't push here. Maybe he wants to push here. Again, we could play c5, just closing everything down there, but then where will he go? Probably needs to go all the way back there actually. Then we give him some ideas about playing b6 and trying to open up some lines for his rook. And it's not castled as of yet. But this move bothers me a little bit. I don't really want him to destroy my center here. So maybe I will. Let's try it. It probably isn't the soundest of moves, but it doesn't let him push here, right? If I could play a4, a5, then it would be pretty good. But after a4, I think he has to move b6. And do I also maybe have some ideas about getting my knight and rook into that square? So instead of playing a4, a5, I could play my rook here straight away. Could play rook there straight away, and after this I can move my knight here. And which rook do I want? I think I want to do this rook. Just if I move this rook, there like could be a weak pawn here. I wouldn't recommend moving the queen back and forth so many times, but still. Because I could have gone rook c2 in that line as well. But anyways, okay, so it does castle now, which is good. I think I will play a4, try to get a5, just so I lock down his position. So here I think probably b6. a5 doesn't look very good because this push doesn't really scare me then. Because taking, if I ever do take, then you want to be able to take back with a pawn. And if you push here and here, then maybe I could even take it, right? So, okay, so it plays a6. There isn't any way for the knight to get into this square as of yet, so I think I will just play a5. And his bishop is super bad. Behind like so many white pawns here, or a pawn on white squares rather. This bishop is really bad. The only job it does is protecting this pawn, but I'm not really trying to get that pawn at the moment, so There also is some lines where maybe I can try and sacrifice or set up a trick there, but can't even go there, I see, because of the bishop there. So this also really reminds me of a tactic that I've seen in a puzzle. That's why, like I said in an earlier video, that I tried to solve more puzzles to get the pattern recognition up, where if this pawn wasn't there, maybe I could have some sacrifice on e5. Okay, so there is some things in the position that needs to change, but if his rook was here, right, so it's a bit squished, and then I could sacrifice here and this pawn wasn't there, then I can play bishop here and his queen actually is trapped, right? It's well, how do you say it? It's blocked in by its own pieces. So it isn't there at the moment, but maybe later on in the position we can keep an eye out if he ever loses the pieces to block in his own king. But this is a very strange move. If you look at his pawns, every pawn is on a light square. So his dark square bishop will be pretty good, but also I have some dark square controls myself. So here I'm thinking bishop here, and the rook has to go there, right? And then we achieve the thing that I said about the queen being a bit boxed in. But then he probably wants to get his own bishop in there. So bishop here, rook there, knight here, and then bishop back. Trying to see if I can maneuver my queen somewhere to help with attack. Knight in here looks okay. Like, this is with a tempo though, but if it goes here and it takes, then I take back with the pawn. This pawn is loose, but his knight has to move. So if his knight moved back here, doesn't seem that good for me. So how do we continue building the pressure? One idea could be to get a knight in here as well. Get the knight to this square and put it in there. So bishop here, rook here, knight g5, bishop to f8. And if I then trade the bishop, he probably wants to take back with the rook. I don't have a good way to get in. And also I trade my dark square bishop off. But if I could get this bishop for a knight, then it would be tremendous. But at the moment I don't see it. It could be some ideas about pushing these pawns to open up the position a bit. Then I have to try and use both of my pawns. Going here and rook here and knight back here. If he then goes with his bishop here, bishop back, and plays bishop to g7, knight g4. Knight g4. Maybe h6 there. No, because I can take it. So h6 doesn't work. I mean, that seems okay. That's at least a plan, and I get some more active pieces, right? Oh, I lost my Wi-Fi? No. I need to quickly get into chess game on my phone so I don't lose on time. we lost a lot of time. Okay, so it just moves his knight, which seems a bit strange for me, but maybe it is sound. So moving my queen here. Maybe he wants to push f5. But if you push g4, his knight goes back here. Which looks decent enough for me. A lot of moves that looks good here. But I think I will just go for some attack here. Because I'm low on time, I lost probably a minute and a half there. And I need to move this bishop away probably, because is it standing a bit in the way? I think it is. And I want to be able to push h4, but at the moment it's covered. So knight back here, and the idea about pushing g4 is that his knight can't enter back into the game. Maybe I need to push the f pawn to open things up. Maybe then wants to place his knight on f6, and if I then push f5, take, and he has a knight and a bishop looking over that square, so that doesn't work straight away. Maybe even playing g5 after playing f4. My bishop is locked in there, but then I can maybe start thinking about pushing this. So I think I will go here. It looks totally crazy, but let's try. This diagonal, if we could open it and put some pressure there, that would be good. Yeah, I totally forgot I have increments, so maybe it isn't too bad with the time loss there. See, the Wi-Fi is back online, but fool me once, right? It looks like a pretty good position. Where do I want my pieces? My rook, my So I think I want to keep this knight here for a moment. Maybe get this knight into this square, and move my king to g2. Or do I want it on f2? So my rook can come to both squares. Probably f2 if I'm gonna go all in for attack here. And now I just want to like move my pieces around so that I get into decent squares before I open things up. This bishop is kind of trapped right now, but at the moment I think I can trade it off for a piece no matter what, because he can't attack it with a pawn. So I think I'm good there. Also need to be a bit careful about putting my king here maybe, because of some ideas about the bishop giving a check. Then we just move the king, right? So as we don't put a rook or something behind. So it feels like I at least I have the pressure here and playing for some attacking chances. It feels very passive for him. Oh, and I'm sorry about the time and everything. It's pushed off the board after I fixed the Wi-Fi. It's a queen there. Is he attacking anything? No. What's the idea about that move? It doesn't want to push there, obviously. And there is no sacrifice that I can see. So I think moving. Moving my king. I hope I'm not stepping into something very bad here. Okay, so I need my rooks on these two files to protect both pawns. If I push this one will be weak, so. Also, maybe I could have played knight in there to protect this square, and also this square is a bit weak. That's not a terrible idea. Going knight in here. Is playing super passive. Like, holy damn. Yeah, I have no idea what his ideas are. Maybe to eye this square, probably. So let's. Okay. Do we just want to go with one rook at first? I think we have to, because this pawn, right? If we got to move both of my rooks, this pawn will be a bit loose. And I'm not sure what he's up to. Queen here, I'll get in with a tempo. Queen here. He still can't take there. And if he ever pushes there, I think I'll just grab it with a pawn. And his pawn isn't that good, so. Okay, maybe he wants to maneuver around so his bishop is controlling there. But what happens if I push here now? If I push, he cannot take there, right? There isn't any crazy sacrifice ideas. I do not think so. Could play a knight there, but I think I'll just push. I need to. Something needs to happen here. Something needs to happen. I would not play g5. It blocks off any attacking chances, so I need to push h5. And I can take with pawn, and I take back. And yeah, I actually open up quite a lot there. If he moves the pawn, then I would take with the bishop, probably. To pin his knight and search. Okay, so he goes there. I can't see any sacrifices yet. I don't know if this is the push he wants, but don't believe in it at the moment. And if it doesn't take, then I probably will take and maneuver my pieces around to the H file, I think. Yeah. Sorry. Oh, yeah. I told him my Wi-Fi went out and he said sorry. It's all good, man. So let's see here. Got a minute here, so I need to move fast. Guess I need to think the ideas. Take. Could I play my knight in here? Guess I take. I need to take. Pretty sure I need to take. Then knight in here. Is that an idea? Because if I move this, he has this check. Bishop here. Bishop there. Does that look like a decent move? I think so. Bishop there. What else? What else? Quick. I need to get up with some ideas here. Knight here. Queen up and over. Let's go in here. Now takes. I think I can take back and because of the pin. And I need to maneuver around. This is hard on low time. Because I don't have a concrete plan. I'm just trying to get my pieces into the attack here. So trying to see if I have any ideas about sacrificing here, but I don't see it at the moment. Trying to come up with moves for him, but it's kind of hard actually, because you don't want to place your knight back here. And this queen, where does he want his queen? Here, right? Doesn't seem right. Okay, so it takes that pawn. Now let's take this knight. Which is a bit annoying. I think we need to move the knight. We take away the square from the queen, which is a bit annoying. But I didn't see. I could go knight here, but I don't want to get the knight on the queen side of the board. I want to get around, right? So now I need to move my queen this way. Could probably have gone with the rook, but I didn't want this to be loose. And if it takes, I wanted to be able to take back with a pawn without getting checked. And I was forced to take back with a knight there to protect this. It's, yeah, let's see. Crazy game. It's up to pawns at the moment, so all the pieces are still on the board here. So alright, let's get into the position here. Let's try to get this idea going. And now I probably do want to take back with the knight because it takes away a pretty important square from the king. And do you want to go back here? He jumps in, alright. So let's move the rook here. Oh, it's with a check. Oh my lord. It's with a check. And he gets to take the bishop. Are we too afraid of that? So let's go here. Takes the bishop. We take with the knight. Do I have some sacrifice here? No. I'm being too crazy. Okay, so it takes that one. Just trying to think if you have an intermezzo here. Going here. Then probably king here. No. If we go here and it takes there, we take there. Okay, it looks good. Let's go here. Let's go here. Crazy position. this check, right? Also, we can probably check there. I need to take back with the queen, and then move his bishop. But then we just move back, right? And if it takes, we take back with the knight. But it didn't work out the way I wanted it to. That's obvious. I probably will play knight there. Knight there is just a check. Then I move somewhere I don't get checked again, and then I'm probably fine. If he places his rook up, then I take back here with a tempo. No, do I? Do I take here first, maybe? Yeah, probably take back there first. Yeah, obviously I take back there first, because this is mate. So I think after looking, I think like this move is the only thing that makes sense right off the bat to hold the attack for a second. And then you still have some problems to work out here, so I'm not too sure that it's over for me. Even though it didn't work out quite the way I wanted it to. But it's thinking, so it is a hard position, luckily. Can I sacrifice here? And then I take and king here. And I don't... Then I probably need to take here. Then he gets... Okay, so he takes there. Then I will take back here. Still threaten mate. And if I do take here, is he gonna take back with the knight? If not, I'm gonna take here and still threaten this. If he goes here, I go there. If he takes, then it's checkmate because the pawn is taken away. So here I take, and he takes with the queen, and this is checkmate. Okay, takes back with the pawn. I think I do need to take this bishop. To have an elegant checkmate here. Here, take, doesn't work. Do I need to get this sort of thing going? But I can't place my king, or I can place my king there actually. I was thinking his queen maybe was attacking that square. Okay, move my king. Bishop. Was that a good move even? Maybe rook here was better. What am I doing? Okay, so rook here. Okay, so he's sacrificing the queen here. If I take, he take, I take, he take, I take. Does it seem right? Do I move my... Where do I move my knight? I don't want to take this one. Can I move here? That looks okay. Let's move knight here. It's not fucking pinned! What am I thinking? Oh my lord. It's not pinned. Okay, now I need to sacrifice everything here. And just open it up. I need to... Oh my lord, what was that? Do I take here? I think so. Check here. Bishop here. Bishop here, queen there. King here. Queen there. King up here. Oh my lord. How does he protect? I don't see it. Let's go here. How do you protect, sir? And check here. King up here. Now I'm threatening checkmate in 1. Oh, I can protect it with this. Oh, he went out on time. And it was a draw. Okay, I was thinking check here, here, but maybe rook here. No? Queen x e5. Take... Oh my... I did not see that. What a crazy position, man. Holy damn. Okay, so the Wi-Fi went out around... let me see. It was... No, it was before this. It was around here. The Wi-Fi went out. So I went from 7 minutes 42 to 3 minutes 59. I had to make the move on my phone, open up the app there and make the move, and then try to fix my Wi-Fi. So went down to 2 minutes. Oh man. Okay, so let's have a quick review over this game. This was not very good. Hopefully I get better games than this. But it was a strong opponent though. It was 1846, so I got a brilliant move. Let's look here. So it says that I was okay. Let me wait for a commercial to go away. There you go. It says that I was okay all the time. Luckily, let's have a look here. So, it agrees with not care for a pawn. Do not play queen c1 to protect it. Your queen is too powerful to be used that passive, right? Didn't agree with h3. Was +1, but the idea was knight here. I didn't want to lose the bishop. And if I castle, and it then goes knight here. Bishop g5. Okay, so oh, is this a tactic? Yeah, because I can take there, right? No, I cannot take there. Knight e5, because this is hanging. So, okay. But anyways, I wanted to keep the bishop. It says queen takes b2 is a miss. And c5 is best. I mean, we were thinking about c5 later on in the position. But taking there, it just doesn't seem like you get that much development as quickly as I do. So c4 is best here. Okay, let me take back the move then. did not like c5. I wanted e4, which we have talked about earlier in another game, that you want to push e4 when you don't go for any attacks. E4 is usually the right idea. I would not have guessed in this position that they want me to play e4 because I already played c4. So it just seems a bit, maybe it's okay, but because if either way it takes, you still have like 2 pawns in the center. But this pawn chain just looks good for me, at least. It looks pretty good. So I played c5 to close down the position there. And we played rook here, and we were thinking about knight b3 to cover the c4 square in case of b6, which he should have played. And also a4 and a5 to control this pawn, so you can't push it forward without taking en passant, and if he ever pushes it, we can take it, and we will have a protected pass pawn 2 squares away from queening, and the bishop is taking away the queening square. So that would have been pretty good for me. That's why I played a5. Then I like g4 straight away, which we did eventually play. And f4, which is also great. So he liked all my moves here, and he wanted king to h1. Maybe it is the same reason that I said that maybe I can't place a rook there, because I need a rook on g1, and if I move the other rook, this pawn will be loose, right? So I think his maneuvering made some sense. It didn't directly pressure my position, but he has some ideas there, and all his moves was to be able to grab this pawn, it looks like, which at least is a plan, even though it's not a good plan. It is a plan. So I did trade here and move my bishop back, placed my knight in to control this square so I could try to maneuver around this way. All of these moves were okay, and they want me to take the knight, and after this move here, where I played my rook here, then I saw that maybe I should have taken this knight because of this check. So maybe that was a good idea. So I played rook here, and they had to sacrifice another knight there if you wanted to stay alive. But here is up a piece, right? Or you take back here. And here was a bit hard to find the way through. So I thought that I wanted my bishop maybe here to add some pressure here, and I was talking about rook to f5. Sacrifice the material back just to keep alive, basically. And it did not like this idea. Knight in here and here, okay. The knight is controlling the king so well, so placing it here, it looks like the king might be able to run away, but maybe it doesn't. And this move, after I made it, I was like, what am I doing? Like, I can tactically win a queen after going there, king there, king there. Okay, we need to look at this line. Here, if it goes king here, then rook to g1 is pretty strong. Okay, we need to look at that line. Knight f5 is the best move. And then we trade it off. And take on f8. Oh yeah, the rook is also... Okay. So you're threatening 2 things here, and also... So we get the rook in that line. But we were a bit low on time to spot that tactic, so we went for this attack. And then I'm not really threatening, right? I don't want to trade off all my pieces. The rook and knight, I don't think are able to do much alone here. If I bring this rook in, yeah, it didn't seem enough for me, so I brought rook in instead, and this was a miss because I don't know, I thought it was pinned the queen to the king, and yeah, and then like obviously he can't take this knight, and I was thinking if he then takes this, I get it to check, and he then moves his king, then I can play my knight into d6 was my idea. But obviously he can take it, but the best move was actually to take the rook, even though even though it wasn't pinned. Okay, so sacrifice here to try and open up the position, and here I didn't see any quick checkmates, because if I take here, his queen can come back, and I don't have any checks, then I have to move away, probably back here to try and get this rook in, but then his king can move, so it was a bit hard. So that's why I thought maybe I wanted to play my bishop in here, and the only move I saw was check here and king here and king up here, because I wanted to hide from checks, and also then this is checkmate. But he had a defense here apparently, where he can take this pawn, and now he is protecting this square. And if I then go rook g5, is that losing? Yeah, of course it's losing, because you can take it. It's not it's a pin, so apparently the right move here was to go with my king back here, and if he checks me on b3, then I play bishop c2, and he doesn't have any more checks. Then he has to block it up with the rook, and it's checkmate in a few moves. So we didn't find the right idea here. It's kind of hard for him as well to see that this was pinned. Was this played? No, it wasn't played. I think I moved my king here, and here he ran out on time. Is that right? I think so. But it's not too easy to see in a time scramble that this is pinned. If he does, then also it feels a bit off, or you have to keep an eye on this, right? So you have to find some good moves, I think. But it kind of loses the punch for my attack here, so maybe then I would go for the same thing. No. Okay, doesn't like it. Only move queen h4. Only move. And if he then keeps pushing, then I still have mate because of this little guy. So d4 is the move. Rook g6. Not there. Rook g6. And queen e3 check. King g2. Queen d2, and it wants a perpetual check here because my king has nowhere to hide. Okay, interesting game. We got the dub, we got the points. 1743. So we're on a good way to 1800. It was a strange game, and we lost the internet connection. So hopefully the landlord, like I said, they are how do you say it? They're building upstairs. Let's just say it like that. They're building upstairs, and the Wi-Fi has been coming and going for a while. I thought they were finished, but apparently not. So, but yeah, thank you for tuning in and watching the game. If you have any comments, if you will play the position differently anywhere, please let me know. If you have any tips or ideas that you want to share. Thank you for watching. Alright, see you next time. Bye.